Hey everybody, Chris here. In this video, we're going to be talking about the SEC's war on crypto. That's right, 2 days in a row now, the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States has come down on two major exchanges, Binance on Monday, Coinbase on Tuesday. We're going to get into it, talk about how the charts are responding as well, and some other little tidbits on Twitter and in the news. First, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you can be notified when my new videos come out. So Gary Gensler, head of the SEC, is coming out against crypto. It has been in the works for a while. We've known about it. There have been Wells notices, other things that he said, both in terms of testimonies on the Hill and in other publications, interviews on news channels. He's been hinting here and there about cryptocurrencies, and now it's full bore out against cryptos. What is going on here? Well, we in the crypto community think a lot of this is backed by politics and this move towards a central bank digital currency. That's right, the United States is going to have their own digital dollar, and cryptocurrencies are against that. And the government doesn't like that. I mean, there are some in government that do believe in cryptocurrencies and want to support cryptocurrencies. But I think it's a lot of the banks that are behind this, because the banks are the ones who lose out if crypto gains a big foothold. So what do we have? We have politics, right? Gary Gensler, head of the SEC, he's appointed by the president, not Congress. So with Gary Gensler in place as head of the SEC, I mean, he can kind of do what he wants almost. I mean, there was this testimony on the Hill where in Congress where he was grilled, but what comes of that, right? What comes of all these questions to him and how he answers them? It goes into a record and then nothing happens. So he's free to come out with these lawsuits against these major exchanges like Binance and Coinbase. I mean, both of them are trying to work with the SEC to come up with definitions, what's a security, what's not, guidance, how to work together. And the SEC apparently isn't willing to do that. Instead, comes out and sues both of these companies. So is the SEC in the market of trying to make money? Because these are civil lawsuits of which, in the end, the exchanges would have to pay a fine, right? So they pay money to the government, but can continue to trade. I mean, that's still good, right? Maybe have to change some of their practices to comply. Coinbase is already looking at moving offshore, and Binance is already an international company that had started in the United States as well, had stopped the United States a number of years ago, and then set up a small branch of Binance.us that complied with US law as far as they knew, because they were operating in the United States. And now there's a lawsuit against all of that by the SEC. So let's get into some of the details in the news and look at the charts. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So we'll start here with the news. On Tuesday morning, SEC sues Coinbase over exchange and staking programs, and the Coinbase stock dropped 16%. So coin is down on the stock, but what is happening in the cryptos? Well, here's the Dogecoin chart. The Dogecoin chart had a little bit of a drop here when the news came out, and then has recovered up, and so far is up 2.5% today. So this was the drop yesterday we saw on Binance. I had a limit order buy set at 6.95. It hit. I was thinking I was going to get some more Doge under 7 cents. And of course, Doge dropped much lower. But hey, picking up Doge at under 7 cents, not bad. But look at how it's recovered. And look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, same thing. Big drop yesterday for the Binance. And then, of course, traded sideways as I had thought it was going to. But then the Coinbase thing comes out. Immediate little drop, not too bad. And then look at this recovery back up near 26,000 and just touched over as well. So crypto investors are like, okay, we did this yesterday, and now today it's like, we don't care. We don't care. So here's the SEC website. SEC charges Coinbase, operating as an unregistered securities exchange, broker, and clearing agency. And I think a lot of what this is about is actually talking about the particulars about Coinbase and how they are operating, which you would think in a conversation with Coinbase, they could work this stuff out. A lot of it is against the staking program, and the way the staking program works for Coinbase and how they're using their different wallets to hold the funds, and a lot of detail about how the exchange works. Here is the actual document of the case where they go through in very much detail. I recommend reading this. I've read through it, and sort of the details of how the Coinbase platform works. But really what's interesting are the individual coins that they're talking about here. Cardano, Chiliz, Solana, Axie, Filecoin, Internet Computer, Flow, Near, Polygon, Voyager Token, Sandbox, and Dash. These are the ones that they have highlighted in this lawsuit as being unregistered securities. And also later on, they go through each of these individually. So starting on page 32 here, we go through each of these individual coins in detail and how they operate and how they work. So they start with Cardano, and they go through very detailed about Cardano. They go through Solana. So if you're interested in how the SEC views Solana, you read this and you get all of this detail on Solana. Now, yesterday we had the SEC suing Binance, and here was the article that we talked about. And I went live yesterday afternoon, and I recommend that you go ahead and on my website, go ahead and view that. I wasn't on really long, but did get into a lot of the details of this SEC lawsuit on Binance, and particularly this chart on how Binance is organized with Binance Worldwide and then Binance.us, and what the SEC claims is still CZ's control over Binance US through these trading services. So that is all kind of interesting, but in the complaint against Binance, they also have a very detailed case, and they go through, again, different coins that they are saying are securities, unregistered securities, and little bits about them as well. Interesting. A Meta Lawman tweeted today that SEC alleges that Coinbase has acted as an illegal unregistered securities exchange since 2019. But in April of 2021, the SEC approved Coinbase going public with a listing on NASDAQ. And in May of 2021, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler testified before Congress that under current law, the SEC has no regulatory authority over crypto exchanges. So what is this about? I think this is the SEC just getting into business here as a money-making operation. What? These are civil cases. They can make these exchanges pay them a lot of money as a fine or whatever. How that works, it's just unbelievable. In this, it is going to be a long way. This is going to take years to play out. So there's going to be this FUD hanging over crypto for that. But right now, the way crypto is trading, crypto investors are saying, okay, we had this drop yesterday, but today we're like, no, we're just going to be buying crypto because we see the future of crypto. Pierre Rochard, he was like, well, Coinbase maybe should pivot back to be focused on Bitcoin. So these are the Bitcoin maxis saying that there are all these other altcoins are like clouding the whole thing and we should just concentrate on Bitcoin. Of course, Jack Dorsey says 100. And what does Elon tweet? Doge for the win. It's like Doge. So what did we have for Doge? We had the price of Doge went up, came up to about 6.9. And at that same point in time, what happened with the shorts? A ton of new short positions were open on Doge because Elon tweeted about Doge. These short positions may end up getting wrecked though, because what's happening with all those short positions open on Doge, Doge's price is not dropping back down. Now it could, if the overall crypto market goes down, we could see Doge's price come down here. But right now, Doge is holding pretty well up here at 6.8, and we'll see whether that continues going forward. So as we saw on the charts, it looks like crypto investors are saying, okay, we saw what happened with Binance. It was a little FUD there, but now with Coinbase too, it's just like cryptocurrency is so much bigger than the SEC. It's going to survive. Crypto is worldwide, and crypto is just going to keep growing and expanding. This whole digital asset world of technology and finance working together, pushing forward, is going to leave the United States behind. And me, being in the United States, U.S. investors still believe in cryptocurrency. Yeah, there's still a little risk there of my coins and what's going to happen. I mean, if all of the exchanges in the United States disappear, what do I do with my coins on my wallets? Well, I guess I could go to another country, right? I'm sure it's going to survive, though. There's going to be a way, a path forward that's going to make this work. There's a lot of United States investors in cryptocurrency, especially big whales, and even banks have been getting more into crypto as well, pushing crypto to some of its investors. And that's not a good look now. So how this all gets resolved, we'll see. Of course, there's always a risk with cryptocurrency. Only invest what you're willing to lose is the statement that said. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am heavily invested in cryptocurrencies as well. I do believe in cryptocurrencies and their path forward, believe in blockchain technology, the future of digital assets, and all of that. It'll be interesting to hear what you say. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this SEC war, Gary Gensler, and how this may all play out, and what you think of the crypto markets themselves and prices going forward. Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.